Sup, y'all, bring you guys another video. So let's talk about Jake Paul. Because as you guys can tell by the title, he will retire if some certain requirements are met. But before I get to that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more boxing and please hit that like button. It helps out the video, it helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, if you follow Jake Paul on social media at Jake Paul on Twitter, he recently posted up something that definitely has gotten a lot of attention. It's this post right here. He said, and I quote, he said, "Happy New Year, Dana White. Here is a real challenge for you. I will immediately retire from boxing and fight Jorge Masvidal in the UFC if you agree to," and he has a list of what to agree on. And let's read it. It reads, number one, increase minimum fighter pay per fight to $50,000. It's $12,000 right now. Number two, guarantee UFC fighters 50% of UFC annual revenue, $1 billion in 2021. Number three, provide long-term health care to all fighters. You previously said brain damage is part of the gig. Imagine the NFL said that. There are many UFC alumni who have publicly said they are suffering from brain damage. You have 5 days to accept and to implement the above by March 31, 2022. Once implemented, I will immediately retire from boxing, enter USADA, and agree to a one-fight deal with the UFC to fight Weak Chin Jorge. To all UFC fighters, time to take a stand and create value for yourselves and peers. You deserve higher pay and deserve long-term health care, and above all, you deserve freedom. Support each other. I am not your enemy. I am your advocate who selfishly wants to KO a few of you to make some big bank. So yeah, he's getting a lot of attention for this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Dana White does not pay the UFC fighters. The UFC fighters should be getting paid millions and millions of dollars for the pay-per-view events that they post. That they host the UFC with big names, obviously like Conor McGregor, who has brought in millions of dollars for the UFC. In my opinion, he should be getting paid way more than what he's currently getting from the UFC. I mean, just comparing it to how much boxers are getting paid is just insane. Canelo, he fought Caleb Plant, and that event sold 800,000 pay-per-view buys, and he got paid $40 million guaranteed plus more from pay-per-view. I know the UFC has a model of putting big events together with big names throughout the whole entire card, but if you look at the numbers, still, like, the fighters are barely getting paid $1 million. And in my opinion, they should be all, like, the big names in the UFC should be getting paid at the very least $1 million. But a lot of them are not. Obviously it depends on their market value, how many eyes they bring in, how many numbers they bring in. It all depends on that. It depends also on your management, how good your management is. There should be room for more negotiation for the UFC fighters. I don't know about, the minimum pay. Like $12K right now is the minimum pay for each fighter in the UFC. Actually, that's not so bad. If you're starting off, if you're a brand new UFC fighter who's nobody really knows about, $12K actually ain't that bad. But with that being said, for there will be a time period where it should increase if you bring in more numbers. So there should be room for more negotiation to increase your pay to more than $50,000 and even more than that. And I don't know about the guarantee for UFC fighters to take UFC annual revenues. I'm not a businessman. That's a hell ton of money, 50%. Like I said, it all depends. I think there should just be room for more negotiation for the fighters to get more money. to get more money, and plus more room also to be able to sponsor things during the fights, to have more sponsors, to actually have sponsors during the fights, because right now it's a fixed sponsor by the UFC. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Dana White is not gonna accept all of this. He's not gonna accept all these conditions. It's not gonna happen. Jake Paul will continue to box. The UFC is pretty much a monopoly when it comes to MMA right now. They are the main promotional company for MMA, for mixed martial arts. There are tons of other promotional companies out there that not many people really even know about. Like a lot of casual MMA fans don't even know that there are other big MMA promotional companies. Well, not necessarily big, but other promotional companies out there. PBF, I think is one. Bellator is one championship over in the Asia is one. There's a bunch, but the UFC is the main promotional company for MMA right now, and they have a lot of control for the fighters, and I want the fighters to get paid what they deserve. They deserve a lot of money for going in there, whether it's the ring or the octagon, because they go in there and put their lives on the line to entertain us, and they deserve what they can get, and they deserve more. Like Jorge Masvidal, for an example, like the dude hasn't gotten paid $1 million guaranteed yet. That's kind of sad if you ask me. And he brought in millions of pay-per-view buys into the UFC, into UFC pay-per-view events. He should be getting paid at least a guaranteed $1 million, at least, and more from pay-per-view. But I'm not a businessman. I'm just a fan. We'll see what will happen. I don't think so. Dana White and Jake Paul always go back and forth, so it's just them going back and forth. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.